EA Sports and the RNA are proud to present opening round coverage of the Open Championship. Welcome to the Open Championship, the oldest major in golf. Frank, there really is nothing quite like it. The old course at St. Andrews combined with the Open Championship, it's bathed in history.
The golf course is magnificent. It just reeks of all the great players that have played the game. Pick your hero, whether it's a Bobby Jones, a Nicklaus, a Rory McIlroy, a Tiger Woods. All the greats have been there and played this marvelous course. It stood the test of time. And even the routing, the old 9 holes out, turn around and 9 holes in. It's marvelous.
That ball's run out certainly over 300 yards, Frank. Call it about 310. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Frank, how about that?
Well, can you believe that, too? I mean, could have hit the flag and bounced away instead, straight in. Amazing shot, and really deserved it.
First eagle of the campaign.
Shot making to this point. Let's see what's happening now as we resume the action at the 7th. Frank, I've really enjoyed watching our featured golfer to this point. Superb play through the early portion of the round. Now we get to this kind of middle section, Frank. What's the key to maintaining that momentum?
Well, not just maintaining, Rich. An opportunity here to turn good into a great round.
Price for missing the fairway here, because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Getting set now over the putt. Once considered the best player at the college level, our featured golfer makes birdie, sitting comfortably inside the cut line. Now to the par 3-8. Frank, what's the best way to go at it?
Well, for these players, straight at the flag. This is the first par 3 you'll see, and a good chance to make 2 coming up ahead. But we do see a lot of long putts here with an errant tee shot.
Regarded as a very accurate player, that shot says it all. He has a 12-footer here. They're very impressive and on the move right now. Rounding out the opening 9 here at St. Andrews. And Frank, this par 4 features a couple of fairway bunkers that players will have to contend with.
Yeah, this is all a fun hole when you first stand on that tee and look at it. You see those bunkers smack bang in the middle of the fairway. The last bunker there in the middle is called the end hole. This hole is called the end. But this green, too, is so flat, very difficult to read. But if you get there, pull the head cover off the driver. Remember, this is the only chance you get to play the old course.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie.
It's no snack, though.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt.
No damage done. Made the par. Excellent front side. Trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going? That's an absolute beauty.
Chance to get it close here. Frank, through the years we have seen countless what we would call good ball strikers, great swingers of the golf club, but there is something else that separates those kinds of players with the truly great achievers in the sport. What is it?
Great achievers have more than one plan. I think most players, it's always good if they're playing their golf. But what do you do if your driving is off, or if your iron play is off? Do you have a plan B? Great players not only have a plan B, they have a plan C as well. And that's the difference. When you set foot on the first tee, you've also got to be aware of, what if my driver doesn't go as well as I would like to, or my iron play isn't as sharp? Can I still compete?
So they can turn 74 into a 71.
That's right, and at the end of a 4-day tournament, a 71 doesn't look so bad, even if somebody shot 65 that day. Remember, as you know, and both of us know now, when you look at 4 days, someone always plays average for a day, but they don't play bad.
Golf tournaments aren't 100-yard sprints, they're marathons.
Rich, in that great opportunity, name on top of the leaderboard. It is only round one.
Good place to be.
So, leading into round 2. Let's crack on.
EA Sports and the RNA are proud to present second round coverage of the Open Championship. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports at the Open Championship, and we are at the home of golf, the old course at St. Andrews. And Frank, you know the old course is old when the new course here in St. Andrews is a century old.
But the old course is just a treat to play, or even play an Open Championship on that. The holes have changed in the way in which they're played over the years. For example, some of the short par fours are very drivable by today's great players, but the pot bunkers, how penal they are should you stray offline, they have to be avoided. And of course there's all the little landmarks, whether it be the Old Course Hotel or even the famous Swilken Bridge as you traverse the 18th hole. There's something at St. Andrews for everybody.
Had a birdie here yesterday, in there close. Great opportunity for another one. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday.
Just a fraction too aggressive. Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, and all of a sudden you're faced with a lot of work, more work than you had hoped for, just to make the par. And he makes it for par. Frank, now at the par 3 8th, and how challenging is this hole?
Well, it's called short on the scorecard, but massive green. The problem here is trying to hit it close. A lot of little subtle breaks and undulations in this green. And often you see long, long birdie putts here.
About 25 feet from the cup.
Settles in over the putt. Might be. Could be. Get in the hole.
Can you believe that?
Always so important to finish your first 9 holes on a positive note here at the Open Championship.
Yeah, the 9th hole, this is the most extreme part, furthest away from the clubhouse, in the middle of the loop here. A good drive, though, that avoids those bunkers has every chance of finding this par 4 with your tee shot.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Looks primed right now.
Anything other than backing up. Very aggressive. That birdie, now in second.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. That's beyond wrong.
That is a sensational play right there, and you have to think that a little helping breeze gave that a nice boost.
He can't be that good.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
So a tester from 4 feet. Frank, we have said it over and over. Another birdie. Down to the par 3 11th, and Frank, what's the key here?
Well, this green is slightly elevated. Huge false front, sort of left and right of that Strath bunker. And, of course, that bunker on the hill, or should I say that bunker on the left is called Hill. That's the famous bunker where Bobby Jones couldn't get out of it many years ago and actually ripped up his scorecard. So a good tee shot here, just find that right level where the flag is.
Early part of this second 9 and a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Continuing to play outstanding golf, 9 under par for the tournament with the birdie. So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
EA Sports and the R&A are proud to present third round coverage of the Open Championship.
Frank, when you come to the old course at St. Andrews for the Open Championship, you can just about hear the legends whispering to you. So many of the greats have made their mark right here.
It's the oldest, it's the best, and it's the one course that everybody, no matter where they're born, wants to play. Every great player has played St. Andrews, and that will be well in advance after our time, Rich. It's just something special. When you see it and play it, you'll see the reason why.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
That's a good par given the situation.
Still tight, still close. Frank, the charm of St. Andrews, the history of the old course, it all sort of comes into view here at the 12th, doesn't it?
Yeah, very pretty hole. Eden Estuary to the right. Obviously a nice view of the township of St Andrews in the distance. But long hitters can just lick their chops and have a crack at this green. All they've got to do is worry about that little pot bunker short. But either into the breeze, or if you're not a long hitter, you've got to worry about those 4 bunkers that are well placed smack bang in the middle of this fairway.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. On the green, and a chance for birdie. This for another birdie on this hole on the week. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Moving on now to the par 4 13. Frank, what's the strategy here?
Once again, to avoid those pot bunkers, the first one is called nicks, and then the other 2 up ahead, once again, they're called the coffins. Somehow you've got to go right or left of those or beyond those. If you can go in the exact right position, which is slightly left center, you'll actually have a full view of this green. The left or right of that, then it's a blind second shot.
Well, those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
A birdie. Frank, the 14th is a big par 5, chance to make a big move, but also possibility of making a big number if you're not careful.
Yeah, you've got to be very aware of the out of bounds on the right side, even though it does move to the right. Ideal tee shot is down the right side that gets very close to that, because then that opens up the second shot and keeps that tee shot away from that crop of bunkers with the birdies. There's a big cross bunker up ahead that has to be avoided for the second shot. If you're long enough, you can reach this par 5 and 2, but this green, with so many undulations, that it is anything other than flat.
Not quite where he was aiming. That one far to the left, but still on the green. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance. Well, that takes the strain off the next one.
Good lag putt right there. Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round. Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
EA Sports and final round coverage of the Open Championship. Well, every golfer wants to come home, and here we are at the home of golf, the old course at St. Andrews. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports.
Yeah, and Rich, this is just a wonderful place to play the game. Every player that's ever sort of learned to swing the golf club, this is the one course they wanted to play. The reason why is because every great this game has ever seen has walked across the Walking Bridge.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
So trying to get the back nine off to a good start. The approach shot is on the green, but he still has work to do. This is about a 30-footer coming up.
That was a good run at it, Rich.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Good solid par right there. Frank, number 11, the Eden, is really one of the more fascinating holes in all of golf.
Yeah, the two bunkers that the players normally worry about, Strath bunker in the front and the Hill bunker to the left. What makes those two bunkers so difficult is the steepness of the faces in them.
Good chance at one. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
That's how you keep a round going. Make them from that distance. Frank, from this vantage point here at the 12th, you can see why the old course, St. Andrews, are so iconic in the sport.
Yeah, this is a fun hole as we start to sort of head back to the village of St. Andrews. Hole's called Heathery. There's a big crop of heather on the left, and there's 4 little pot bunkers that are in the middle of this fairway, so you've really got to be cognizant of those. But good time to take the head cover off if you're a long hitter, and then you've only got to worry about that one pot bunker just short of the green.
Well, now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
And it makes the green in regulation. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Stroke that with authority. Here at the par 4 13th hole at the old course, Frank, what's the best play, power, or do you go with precision?
Well, you'd like a nice mixture of both there, Rich. If you can take those coffins out of play, that's the name for those series of bunkers sort of down the middle, then obviously you've got a much shorter shot coming in, and then you've got a chance to actually have a full view of this green.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are, because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Had a birdie here yesterday. In there close. Great opportunity for another one. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Beautiful touch. Nice putt. Frank, what are we looking at here at the big par 5 14th?
Out of bounds on the right, and those little series of pot bunkers called the birdies. Now, if you get in trouble here, you can bail out with your second shot down the left, which is the 4th fairway. That's one other option of playing this par 5. But a good tee shot and you can certainly go at this for 2.
Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee.
That shot right there from that lie in the rough to not get that close, that's good. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Back here at the 15th, and Frank, this fairway narrows up in a hurry.
And it's also, there's a big crop of heather that sort of constrains you if you're going to hit it just straight down the middle. Only the brave go down the right side. Brings in those little bunkers called robs. And they'll rob your scorecard, that's for sure. Happiness is a long, 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 long walk after that one.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par. Oh, that was solid, Rich. This one's safely on.
Getting set now over the putt. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Frank, the 16th hole, there was a time in my life when I was in 4th grade, I would have really enjoyed hitting the principal's nose. But that's not a good thing here?
Well, I'd like to think you graduated past 4th grade, but and if you did, then you'd be very aware of the principal's nose. You'd hit it left, it'd be a little longer into your second shot. Rich, that tee shot there has shortened up this hole considerably. It's made a tough par 4 into, well, we'll see, but it looks like a very birdieable hole now.
You hit it right where you want. Now he has a good chance to attack that whole location. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. He got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. Continues to roll it very well all day long. Frank, so many famous landmarks on this hole. The hotel on the right, you want to avoid that. The bunker on the left, and then the stone wall beyond the road.
Yeah, there's all those features is one of the reasons why no one would be allowed to design a hole like this today. It also makes it not only unique, but I think that's the greatness of the hole, is that all those problems you're very aware of. It's just, can you avoid them?
They actually have a few courses at the home of golf, St. Andrews, and one is called the New Course. That's 100 years old, the New Course. So imagine how old the old course is if the new one is a century old. It's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Kind of a tricky read. These putts keep the round together. Continues to hold that sizable lead on the rest of the field. Frank, the 18th hole at the old course, when you stand on the tee, it doesn't look like much, but when you begin to factor in all the history, all the greats who have played, well, then it is quite the hole.
It certainly is. Remember the great putts like Constantina Rocca making it from the front to try and get in a playoff with John Daly, Jack Nicklaus driving the green. It's all been made possible by the ambitious player here. You've got to swing it across the Swilcan Burn, out of bounds on the right and beyond this green, but it is reachable. But the mere mortals, they'll aim a little left. They'll aim at the clock face on the R&A building.
Sit down. Get down.
Oh, this is going.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
To win the Open Championship. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. That's why you play the game, to stack up the wins. Great effort right there.